YouTube? Above Average Cody here, and happy 20th anniversary of Halo 2. And what better way to celebrate than to spark up an age-old Halo argument, and that is whether or not sprinting ruined Halo and its gameplay. You got people who love classic Halo, you've got people who love modern Halo, and you have some people that really feel that sprint ruined it altogether, and today we aim to answer that question, guys. Now, Halo Reach was the first Halo to ever introduce sprint, and it has been in the franchise since. And while some people say Halo just hasn't been the same back then, some say it's maybe because of the sprint, but some say it's maybe for some other reasons. But the new Delta Arena playlist released to celebrate the anniversary of Halo 2, guys. No sprint, no clamber, and that really changes the gameplay. And while playing that playlist, I noticed a lot of faults in my gameplay that I was really able to dissect once I was not just sprinting around the map putting up 20 and 30 deaths a game. So I will be clear which side of this argument I am on, but I am going to take the time to play devil's advocate and argue it both ways. Now, what I just mentioned with you in my game time in the Delta Arena, guys, is I noticed how much more I had to focus on map positioning, on the sandbox and what weapons I was picking up, what grenades I had selected, where my teammates were, all aspects that can be very hard for a newer Halo player in Halo Infinite to kind of learn all at the same time. But when I'm not just sprinting around the map and jumping and flying at the enemy team, I find myself thinking about all of this stuff so much more effectively, and it makes me a better Halo player. So just keep that specific sentence in there. It makes me a better Halo player, because we're going to be dissecting that in a second here, guys. And on top of this, it did not allow me to just run out and die every single time. Sure, I could walk out and just get destroyed, but it's like, why am I going to take the slow path through the center of the map when I can rat around and go this way with my teammates and just play smart? It not only prevented me from avoiding those, but if I did go out into the open, I was punished for making this bad decision. I did not have sprinting to get me out of it. I did not have long slides to get me out of these horrible situations. So not only did it give me the foresight to avoid these bad situations, but it also, it punished me for it, and it made it so that if I made those bad decisions, I was immediately punished, and I'm like, okay, I am going to stop doing that because that is clearly not working. And that's one really big way sprint, I guess, makes you a better fundamental Halo player. Now let's argue it the other way. Sprinting in the modern era of gaming, guys, I will say is very necessary, all right? Not only does it make the gameplay a lot faster pace and a lot more interesting, but it just adds more layers to the gameplay. If players are closing these gaps faster and hitting these routes faster to throw off timing of spawns and everything of the sort, guys, it adds that little bit of a layer of gameplay that just makes things a lot faster. And when things are faster, guys, it's 2024 here, y'all. We don't have the attention span that we once did. Whether you're a player in the modern day of gaming or you are viewing it, watching the HCS or other streamers play, sprint just makes things faster pace and more exciting to watch. And although that is a bit of an opinionated statement, guys, it's just watching something happen faster is just a lot better for the attention span, especially, again, in the modern day where we have these shorter attention spans, guys. And on top of that, like I said, it does make it so that you can get out of certain situations that you may have been punished for prior. But the biggest talking point of sprinting, guys, for me is just, it's more fun to play, and in my opinion, it's more entertaining to watch. And that's kind of the side of the argument that I am on. And to kind of summarize everything, guys, I think sprinting does make you a worse Halo player if you are new to the game. If you have been playing Halo a long time from back in the Halo 2 days, you likely already have the fundamentals of Halo down pat. There are plenty of people that have not played since Halo 2, Halo 3, pick up Halo Infinite, and they play freaking amazing. So I don't think you can accurately say that sprint is the problem for those players. You can't say sprint ruined the franchise, right? But if you take a new Halo player like myself, although I did play a ton of the old Halos, guys, I did not play competitively. The Halo Infinite is the first game that I've actually taken time to play ranked and actually try to be good at with the competitive setup and everything like that. If you pick up this game for the first time and do that, I think sprinting not only teaches bad habits, but it makes it harder to learn these fundamentals of Halo because you are taking everything, putting it in one big bag, and trying to learn everything at the same time while the pace of the game is a lot faster. Now, does this make it impossible to learn the fundamentals of Halo? No, but I think it teaches those habits where I can make those mistakes and I'm able to sprint, slide, duck, dip, clamber, and just get out of them, and it's not teaching me these bad habits. Because if you remember, I said that if I'm walking out in these weird situations and I'm dying and dying and dying, it's like instant, like, you know, if you keep slamming your hand in the desk drawer and it hurts, you're not going to keep slamming your hand in the desk drawer. So you learn those habits so much faster when you're not sprinting. So before I go too much on a ramble here, guys, let's get back to the main question. Did sprint ruin Halo? I'm going to say no. Obviously, sprint did not ruin Halo because Halo is still pretty relevant. However, in terms of newer players having trouble understanding the fundamentals of Halo and learning them to play at a higher level faster, I think it doesn't necessarily make it harder, but it makes the game a lot more complex. Because if you want to ask me my honest thoughts on sprint being better or worse for the Halo franchise, I think it's better. Because I think the true great players will not only master the fundamentals of Halo, but be able to play it effectively where you can be at that faster pace with things happening faster and timies being thrown off and things like that and still be an amazing player. And I just think that makes the game a lot better for all of the reasons that I've talked about in this video. Easier to watch. There's more things to think about. You have to think about them faster. It makes it harder to learn these fundamentals. And again, it just adds more layers to this gameplay that I think is overall good for the gameplay. So in terms of sprint ruin the Halo franchise, no. I do think it's not as nostalgic. I really did not feel like I was playing an old Halo until I sat down in that Delta arena and I am walking around the map focusing on everything going on, and that truly feels like old Halo. It's great, it's nostalgic, but in terms of the modern day HCS and modern day games keeping the attention of newer players, older players, and everything of the sort, I think sprint's a lot better, guys, if you were to honestly ask me, and that is kind of my final take on the matter. So a lot of things played a role in Halo not feeling the way that it used to, but I do not, and although sprint is one of those things, I do not think sprint made Halo gameplay worse by any means of the imagination. But guys, go crazy down in the comments. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or you'd like to add any other thoughts. Just be polite here, man. Some people are like, you are wrong, and here's not why. I'm just going to be mean to you. I don't want to see none of that. Let's have a friendly argument down there on how we feel about sprint being in the modern Halos. But above that, guys, subscribe to the channel. Halo Infinite content. We're grinding Black Ops 6 camos. We got rank coming soon. A lot of good old game in here, so hit that sub button, guys. Leave a like on the video. Already mentioned, leave you a comment. And then finally, channel memberships and super thanks, guys. If you'd like support monetarily, it helps me out a lot as a content creator, but pretty please do not feel like you have to. But alrighty, guys, we're on the grind at 10,000 subs, so we are grinding this full-length content. So stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video, guys.